Hello, hello, hello.
Greetings. This is Uncle V, and I'm looking at a screen right now that says, okay, I had to get out of that. So yeah, we started things off on the right foot there. Thank you very much. It's Uncle V, Uncle Vigilante. And tonight I have a special guest, one of my favorite people really in the world. And I'm not even kidding. It's Yoga Dude from EpicFundMe.com. Now he's not from there. He just invented it and created it. So why? So that you can actually earn Epic Cash, because Epic Cash is a cryptocurrency, and there are three ways that you can acquire it. You can mine it, you can buy it, and you can earn it. So tonight we're going to talk about how you go about earning Epic Cash. And this is going to be way more about Yoga Dude than me. So Yoga, how are you, man? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. Doing great, doing great. Excited to be here. Thank you for all the compliments. Geez, I didn't know I was one of your favorite people. That's really humbling and kind of awesome.
I just earned 10 Epic Cash. You told me if I said nice things, you would send it to my Vite wallet.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, we'll take care of that after the show. That's fine. We'll incorporate that into the presentation. Yeah, so just like you succinctly put it, there are ways to get your hands on Epic Cash, and not everybody is a computer guy and a miner. Not everybody has a ton of cash that they can spend on crypto. So we came up with another way that people can get their hands on Epic Cash, because we really want everybody to be the part of this experience, to get the benefit of that. And one thing, the one caveat is, since we don't give medals just for, showing up, there's a certain amount of merit involved in this. So the idea for EpicFundMe was kind of an organic use case for Epic. Came to me after hearing a lot of wonderful content providers on my favorite streaming services getting defunded and getting censored and getting abused, really, for lack of a better word, by the powers that be, that somehow got the monopoly, got the iron grip on the monetization of content.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my light on. There, okay. That's better.
Yes. Okay. All right.
And Todd said, "Let there be light."
That's right.
All right.
And we saw it, and we thought it was good. So yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No problem at all. Jump in anytime. But really, that was kind of one of the reasons, was that, and crypto in itself is this kind of an egalitarian, empowering thing, right? It exists outside of borders. It exists outside of oppressive governments. It exists outside of various barriers, cultural barriers, racial barriers, social barriers, etc., etc. Crypto is really like, it's the coolest thing, and we wanted people to be able to get crypto but not be stopped by people with opposing ideologies, or by people who have nothing else to do, or by people who just can't learn to mind their own business. So, and this is where EpicFundMe comes in. Again, we know about, Patreon, we know about GoFundMe, we know about all these organizations that allegedly on your behalf collect your money from your audience, but then at the last moment decide whether or not you are worthy.
Can I give a real world example that I've stumbled upon this week?
I was banking on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a company called FakeMaskUSA.com, and they have these masks that are check all the boxes as far as they cover the nose and the under the chin. They look like a regular mask, but they basically are see-through. So I don't know if it's like fishnet stockings or not fishnet, but stockings of some sort. But
you had met fishnet stockings. By the way.
yeah, a breathable mask, and they did it initially just as a joke, but the things have sold like hotcakes. And as a matter of fact, this week PayPal shut them down, holding over $100,000 of their revenue from their sales. So that's a case in point that just walk through the process. What does PayPal do? How do they do it? And how would EpicFundMe differ?
Well, PayPal, we're not really initially, first of all, we don't even collect the funds. Okay. All we do is we are an index. So the site itself, and let me jump into a sexy presentation at this time.
Yeah, go for it, man. Okay. I mean, people can only take looking at this handsome mug so much.
So much, yes. But it is acknowledgingly a handsome mug. So let me, 1 second. Let me do a screen share, right?
I need to get a coffee mug that says handsome mug so I can hold it up and say, isn't this a handsome mug?
That's it. So first you get actually a glimpse of the EpicFundMe page, but before we get too deep into that, let me just run a couple of short slides here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see, and we're off. Okay, so here we go. Epic Cash background.
I can't see anything. So if you're sharing your screen, it's not showing.
Really? Let's try this one more time.
Okay. We even practiced this, guys. We practiced this for 6 hours before we got on.
We were like totally nailing it too. I mean, it was amazing. Like
there we go.
The synergy was there. I swear. I swear. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. The sexy backdrop, and the epicfundme.com. Very easy to remember the address. And it really, that's the summary. It connects merit and means. Okay. And this is it in a nutshell right here. Okay. So first of all, the idea is simply a person-to-person service platform for people to be able to directly fund projects, businesses, causes, and each other without cumbersome and excessive mitigation. Okay. And what it is not, EpicFundMe does not collect and then redistribute funds. EpicFundMe does not charge fees or take a cut of the funds. EpicFundMe does not judge or filter, of course, aside from obvious scams, trolls, and illicit activities. So, no porn, no drugs, that kind of stuff. Okay.
Right.
But here's what it is. This is a tool for everyone, like with Epic Cash, that anyone can and should use. This is an opportunity creation engine. Okay. So it lets you prove your worth and you will earn. It's an excellent use case for mainstream mass adoption of Epic Cash, also because people sometimes say, well, what can you do with your crypto? Well, this is one great example of what we can do with our crypto. But at its root, what it basically is an index page that displays people's portfolios.
Okay, unpack that for me.
I'll do one better. I'll actually show it to you. But essentially what it is you get a page where you can show why, with pictures and text and links, why you deserve to be funded by the community. If you have a YouTube channel, you can link to your YouTube channel. If you have a Twitter channel, you can link to your Twitter channel. If you do amazing Medium articles, you can, put amazing Medium articles. If you're just a guy who doesn't really have a computer and you're in some, internet cafe somewhere in West Africa, and you really just want to expand your chicken farm, well, you can put a picture of your chicken farm up there and say, hey, it'd be really great if I can, afford a couple of chickens, to make my chicken farm bigger. So why don't you wonderful people send me some Epic and list an address there and give a picture of his chicken farm. And I'm sure a kind heart or two will respond to that and actually, hook this person up. Kind of like what GoFundMe and what some of those other things were intended to do, but then all this excessive management and overhead, et cetera, came in. We're keeping it lean and we're keeping it very simple. And the use cases are really limited just by people's imagination, because we kept it very open. And why should you use it? So for those who can't mine or can't buy Epic Cash for whatever reason, they can earn it. Like you said in the beginning, there are 3 ways to get your hands on Epic Cash. But even for those people who can mine or buy Epic Cash, well, they can earn even more. So more is good, right? So
More is better.
more is
One
better.
is good, 2 is better. Yes, I
That's it.
subscribe to that.
Yep, better, more, gooder. So yeah. So back to the
So for example, you use the chicken farmer.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that I know some Nigerian prince out there that's going to watch this. So they're probably going to be coming to EpicFundMe. You know, those Nigerian princes.
Well, we have nothing against Nigerian princes raising Nigerian chickens, and I'll get more into details on this, okay? Because it's really going to be up to the person to persuade the people on the other side of the screen to part with their hard-earned Epic, right? So again, this is a free market experiment. This is an index page, and I'll show you some of the examples. We have some people that came in there, with very honest, stories, and in fact, we can look at the site right now, and you see the basic layout, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see there's an avatar, which is just a simple picture. There's the name, there's the category, short description, kudos, which is like likes. If you like something, you can give a thumbs up, which is, and then you see a last active, and you can sort it by these various things. So if you're looking for a particular person, you can do a search by name. Categories, we have all these different categories, businesses, causes, etc. I'll get a little bit more into that. You can't search by description because that's fairly meaningless.
You can search by name.
I mean, sort by description. Sorry, but you can sort by name. Okay, and you can sort by popularity. You can say who's
so there's no search function. That's just a sort function. So you couldn't put like Uncle Vigilante in there, and if I had EpicFundMe, it would pop up.
So right here by name, and if you use Uncle Vigilante as your name, which you didn't, so
what did I do? Something dumb like the Uncle Vigilante Show?
You are the Uncle Vigilante. So if we look at the different content examples, for example, okay, EpicFundMe.com by itself, like we'll just click on it. It's really simple. Category is a developer. How many views? Like how many people looked at this? 1,728. It picked up 34 likes. You see the Vitex wallet address. This is where you can actually send funds. Very short reason for funding. Why? Collective support to run, maintain, and develop this website. Pay for servers, etc. Okay. And why are we asking for funding? This is a broader description. So there's the short description, and then there's kind of like the broader description for people, with more complex projects, that are showing more, details, et cetera, and it shows when they were active, when they started, and then the last time they updated their listing. Okay, and we go back, and we're looking at, let's say, go
to mine. Go to the Uncle Vigilante Show.
No, I was going to get to you, but okay, fine, sure, okay.
Just because.
So this is like this sexy guy right here. Okay,
unbelievably sexy dude. And,
oh yeah,
and I want to show this just to be able to tell on myself that I have been painfully inadequate in my upkeeping of this. I posted it once, and shame on me. I know that I should, I think I
right here, folks, right here for all your evidence. Here's the shame right here. Okay, July 12th is the last time he actually updated this.
Yeah, isn't that horrible? But that it shows you. I put the very short description. Yeah, there you go. And I just want to read real quick. This, what is it? Oh, that was me. Okay, you had shared initially that I should update all my videos and put a little description in there, and I did that once. But shame on me. But yeah, I basically said that I just wanted to if you like the show, so go support my cigar fund. I like cigars.
Right. So I will talk a little bit about as far as how to expand and how to build on this, and
Okay.
this is a good example here. Okay, so let's go back to the to the index, and let's say I like this Uncle Vigilante guy for some reason, and I want to give him a thumbs up from this test account here. So I'm going to click on this button here, okay, and it's going to tell me only registered users may vote.
Okay.
Kind of like in Florida. Only registered users may vote. Okay. So I'm going to log in, but so I'm not like flashing all my credentials and everything else. I'm gonna do that off the screen.
Okay.
If you don't mind me doing that.
I don't mind that at all. And while you do that, I just want to let everyone know where you can find more about all of this. If you go to t.me/Epic Cash, that is always a great place to start if you're interested in anything related to Epic Cash. From there, you can springboard to Epic Cash mining, Epic Cash off topic, Epic Cash memes, just all kinds of channels that are very, very helpful.
Okay. And actually, I'll share this with you, wonderful people.
All right. While you're sharing, I'm just going to answer real quick. Saramer, how do you buy Epic? If you go down into my videos and you find the one that says why I like Epic Cash and how to buy it, that'll be about a 4-minute video. And I haven't had anybody go through the process that hasn't been able to buy it. So hopefully that'll help. Okay.
So I went ahead and signed in. And once you sign in, it gives you more options. Okay. Here's a screen before you sign in where it just shows you like you can buy Epic Cash, about Epic Cash, and that takes you to our epic.tech site. Buy Epic Cash just gives you a Vitex link, and then sign in gives you an option to sign in with a username or sign in with your Google account or sign in with your Facebook account. I signed in with my Google account, and it gives me more options. You see more buttons appeared on the screen here. Okay. So now I can go in, and when I click on Uncle Vigilante, his 8 went up to a 9. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So I upvoted, who I like. And if you look at some of the other content creators, you have people here who are putting, examples of their work, like Black Tiger, one of our developers. So that's his category developer. His projects, and they're hot linked. So if you want to check out why he deserves Epic Cash, you can easily do that. And so on. Now, this new account that I created, let's say I want this new account to be able to also participate in getting Epic Cash, right? So I'm going to add an entry. Okay, I'm going to create my own page. Okay, and here's what I get. I get something that looks like this. Okay, and first thing you do is you add an image. Okay, and this is going to be your picture. So I have some canned images here. So
Jesus, I'm such a dummy.
So it's going to be
I've been watching the video that's streaming on YouTube as you've been talking and going through this, and I'm like, man, what you're talking about isn't matching up because there's like a 30-second delay. Okay, now I'm back on the right screen. Okay, take it away.
Okay. Are users seeing the right stuff though?
Yes.
Okay.
That was just
All
me
right.
being dumb.
No problem. Okay, so you pick an avatar. That's like the first thing that you select. Okay, and then you can add additional images. So let's say this person is Instagrammer, Twitter creator. So you can add example 1, and you can put a description here. Like Epic. Epic Cash is for everyone. Boom, here we go, something like that. Okay. You can add another image, example 2, that is kind of a little infomercial about Epic Cash, and why not just add like one more? Okay, and boom. Okay, and they'll be in this kind of a slideshow thingy. So we'll say test dude would be the name.
Test dude.
And categories. You can be a business, a cause, a content creator, a developer, a person. This is just a person. Okay. Vitex wallet. I'm not going to throw one up here. I'll just make something up. Vite _ gimme Epic. Okay. There are a bunch of other additional options that you can actually use other services, to forward Epic to you. There's a very short reason for funding. This is that one-liner that people will be able to see. So give me all your Epic because I do Twitter stuff. Okay. And we're not going to put a description in here. Okay. I'll just do a lazy thing and I'll just copy that short description into the long description and I'll save that. Okay.
Okay.
Boom. That's it. Okay. And it's now saving. It's creating this whole thing. Oh, Jeopardy music, queued up, etc. Okay. And then when we look here, here's test dude. Oh, I created it twice. Haha. I see this is what happens when you're not patient. Okay. So we'll go to this profile. I'll delete these later anyway.
Sure.
Now, first thing, as a self-serving egoist, I'm going to try and give myself a like, right? Right. So, no, it doesn't let you do that. Okay. So you
can't self-identify as a liker.
Right. So you got to get other people to do it. So if you want to go back and edit it, you can do, you can go back here, you can delete pictures, add pictures, etc. It's really, really simple. Okay.
Yeah.
We made it really simple. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Right. Okay. So now let's talk about why this is not going to get any kind of Epic, any kind of attention, any kind of anything. Okay. Because this is literally like the minimum amount of time somebody put in
right.
To get noticed. Okay. And this is really not what this site about. Okay. This site is really about people noticing you, acknowledging that what you have to offer is actually worth their hard-earned Epic. Okay. So this is a community-driven thing. This is a fundraising channel for people to receive support from their audience. In other words, they have to have an audience. Okay. This is a way to circumvent the big tech monopolies. This is a kind of a nascent effort, but as it scales, this actually becomes increasingly more meaningful. We're like in about 60 countries in the world where people actually are looking at this from. We're getting more and more people into this, and this is growing. But the important thing, once you created this profile and you put some meaningful information in there and you put a compelling reason, right? The very short reason for funding you need to think it through. You need to make it your case. And it needs to be clear and compelling because this is your one-line pitch to grab somebody's attention. Okay. And then the description, you want to give the right amount of relevant detail. It shouldn't be too long where people will stop reading halfway through it, but it should have, if you have visual cues, put your pictures up there. Pictures worth 1,000 words. Okay. For sure. Okay. So then and before you hit that save, of course, preview, review what you did and, and then save entry. Okay. Now, but once you did that, this is really when the real fun begins. Okay. Because now that you have this landing page, okay. And if I go, let's say I go to Uncle Vigilante's show page and I click on it, this bit across the top here, okay, this epicfundme.com/220- the Vigilante Show. Okay, that is your URL. That is the link that'll take people to this page. Okay, and you can QR code it. You can do whatever you want. Okay, to get print stickers.
How do I find that again? Just by clicking on.
It's in the address bar. It's okay. Right there.
Let me ask you if I change that to just Uncle Vigilante, in case people wanted to, because I don't know, is that a bad idea having it as the Uncle Vigilante Show? Or
you can drop you can delete this one and you can create another one. You can actually, with the same email address, you can actually have like 3 different projects going.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you can kind of like, you can have your cigar fund. You can have your like more targeted, if you want get people to help you to advertise your YouTube channel, for example, pitch in into that super expensive YouTube advertising stream. But so you can actually add additional channels in with this. And what you have here is good. It just the thing you want to do is you just kind of want to keep it fresh, and you want to keep it, you want to keep it interesting. And
Well, and I need to promote it.
Right, and
I haven't even promoted it yet in
but this goes back to everybody. You're absolutely right. This goes back to everybody. This is really the thing, and this is why it's powerful, because since what we're doing, all we're doing really is connecting people with needs to people with means. It is up to the people with needs to convince the people with means in the merit of funding them. In other words, people with needs must create compelling case of merit backed by evidence. In other words, links to, I don't know, YouTube, GitHub, chicken farms, whatever, to justify the funding. And then once the people with means are, persuaded, after they make sure that this is real, this is not some, scam, this is not, whatever, because again, this is an index. Okay. All we're doing is we're giving you a page to put up your case. Okay.
Yeah.
And then from there, people will decide, is it worth monetizing or not? In some cases, it will be easier. Let's say if you already have Patreon, or if you already have something and your audience knows that, look, periodically you can't talk about stuff that you want because they defund you, whatever. Or you're with some smaller, video service, for example, one of the YouTube alternatives, and you want to get monetized, but Patreon, even though the video service will let you do it, but maybe Patreon will not do it because some cancel culture activist got offended that you're wearing a rabbit hat, for example. I don't know, whatever else offends people these days. You're wearing a kilt and underwear, something really definitive, that offends people, and they decide to get on Twitter or wherever and go after you and try to defund you. Well, they can't do it here because Epic is anonymous and Epic is private, and this channel is just an index. So there's really, nothing they can do. Okay?
Right.
This is kind of distilled, very simple, freedom. And the other thing is, we understand, and my idea was, when we came up with this, my idea was to get this out to the market as fast as possible. Okay. So this is not fancy. This is not slick. There's no like videos flying around. But at the same time, there are like no pop-up advertisements either, So we kept it lean. It loads up very quickly. And it's very, it's pretty easy to get around. Now, this is a beta, and it's been running as a beta almost a year. Kind of like when Google Gmail started, it was running as a beta forever. So we are already busy working on the next iteration. Okay. And we'll make it friendlier. We'll make it more powerful, and we'll make it more fun. And by more fun, one of the things that people have been kicking around, and I'm always receptive to the ideas, that was the idea of adding a chat function where you can actually drop a commentary on somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. There are some issues that immediately come up with it, because people always try to figure out a way how to break something, or how to, abuse something or whatever. So
you know what pisses me off? Happens all the time on my videos.
Let me know what.
On my videos, once they post, inevitably you'll have some dude coming in, and he will post a response to all the comments, and it's just pure spam. And at first I just tried to diligently go through and spend a lot of time deleting every single one, but it finally got so overwhelming. I'm just like, if people, if people don't recognize it for what it is, I guess they get what they deserve. I don't know it, but that let's make sure that can't happen in this EpicFundMe.
Right. And we do have a Telegram channel also. So yeah, absolutely. We have a Telegram group. And it's just EpicFundMe. I'll post a link up there. I don't have that information handy here, but but the short of it, yeah. So there's actually a community link to that, so people can share tips. People can encourage each other to help like their content, to critique their content. Once we have a comment functionality, perhaps to comment on their content, etc. So this is I fully recognize that there's plenty of room to improve here. Okay, and that would be the format where people can definitely contribute their feedback.
Sure.
And even for giving feedback, they can actually earn some epic, perhaps, so
Right.
again, this is one of those things where we're really looking for any way possible to encourage people to participate in our ecosystem, and we're certainly willing to reward people's effort for doing so.
That's great. That's great. So somebody, I'm just going to give a little plug just because I'm looking at something that had been written that I thought was very good and succinct. And so those of you who haven't been paying attention, what is Epic Cash? Epic Cash is an exceptionally versatile cryptocurrency developed by a talented, ever-growing volunteer community. Epic stands for Electronic Private Internet Cash, a secure, scalable, private means of exchange designed for wide distribution. So you have decentralized, privacy enhanced, reliable money. Standing on the shoulders of giants like Bitcoin and Monero, Epic Cash was engineered borrowing the best attributes of both while avoiding the acknowledged shortcomings of each. Crypto has over a decade to grow and evolve, and Epic Cash is the purposeful beneficiary of that evolution. A faster, more cost-efficient, compact cryptocurrency, leaving a much lighter carbon footprint. Mic drop, baby.
Solid. I like it. I like it a lot.
So, all right. So you where's my handsome mug cup? Gotta get one of those.
Put to-do list. Yes, put a to-do list on that.
I'm good.
So I mean, that's really it, though, Uncle. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to really overextend a simple concept beyond
Right.
what we already did. It's really simple. You can earn Epic Cash. Anybody can earn Epic Cash. Anybody can get online, create an EpicFundMe account, go through, see what they like, upvote those people because they certainly deserve it. Well, some of them, again, don't upvote that last guy that just did that lazy thing, they said, fund me, whatever. That test dude guy, don't upvote the test dude guy. But the other people definitely deserve some kudos. And that's the thing, that's a community effort. It's a community crypto, it's a community ecosystem. People can become a part of a community and recognize that they are much more powerful than they think they are.
Where I would love to see this catch fire is my daughter is an artist and she makes beautiful stained glass pieces. And what I've learned through her, and she basically does her marketing through Twitter, the Twitter art universe is just amazing and prolific. And, I wish I could say that she'd be the first one to step up, but she's not going to be this person. But I wish there was an artist out there that would get into that community and start taking Epic Cash. And because, something like this with EpicFundMe, you could have that, like you said, as your URL to where people could pay you in Epic Cash, one-stop shop.
Right.
But also, it's a way that we can increase the adoption of Epic Cash because people need Epic Cash to be able to pay you.
Absolutely.
So there's a bigger strategy here, isn't there? To be able to say,
absolutely.
Look, I would like to, my son would like to mow your lawn, sir, but he'd like to be paid in Epic Cash, which is really, really simple. Let me just send you a link to a video. Take you just, minutes to set up. And then blah, blah, blah. They get some Epic and they can pay, for lawn mowing services through EpicFundMe.
So there are two things kind of in this direction. One thing is this here is broader for kind of like more generic use. So this is more of an advertising billboard type of a thing. Okay. Now, what you're talking about, we're actually in process of working on an Epic marketplace of sorts to be able to actually more directly get people, to do services and sell products for Epic. Okay.
So like a Facebook marketplace.
or like an eBay where you pay with Epic Cash or whatever, something like this. Okay. Now, the thing about artwork that you just mentioned, actually early on, this is quite a while back, we had an artist that auctioned off a piece of Epic themed artwork. And this was just in group. This was just people like bidding,
Yeah.
in chat. And it ran up to a couple of thousand epics.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
so we have a precedent of artwork actually, and if Epic, goes to where we believe it does, that painting is going to be worth more than a Picasso, which is another kind of a, like those pizzas from,
Yeah,
from
that's
the
right.
early Bitcoin days.
Right.
So this is another, kind of an interesting thing. But exactly, crypto is only as good as the use cases. We're growing use cases.
The last time I got my dog Zammy, for those of you that don't know, go to Zammy Pup on Instagram. He's a famous Instagram dog. He has about 140,000 followers. He's the world's largest children's hospital therapy dog. And his groomer is just amazing. She's been his groomer every 5 weeks, and he's almost 6 years old. And it's not cheap to have him groomed, especially when I throw in her tip. And so this last time I got him groomed, I paid her the full amount and the full tip. And then I said, check your text later, follow the instructions if you wish, and you'll get paid double today. And she's like, what? So I sent her a link to the video that I referenced in the chat, which is why do I like Epic Cash and how to buy it. And I told her to follow the instructions to download Vdix wallet. And once she has it, follow the instructions and send to me your Epic-002 Vdix address. So she didn't know what the heck all of that was. But sure enough, about an hour and a half later, I got a text with her Vdix address and where her Epic, -002 Vdix _ address. So she found it. Mm-hmm. And so I immediately sent to her the amount of, so it was about in total, it was like $175 worth of Epic. And I cannot wait for that to be my pizza story.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
As a matter of fact, I have it in my calendar. A year from that date, it'll pop up and I'll reach out to her. And I have the price. It was like at 33 cents, I think. And so I have that price. So I can't wait to see what that's worth in a year from now. And I hope she's very, very happy. I just said, do me a favor. Each time I have Zammy groomed, I'm going to give you the option if you want it in cash or Epic. And my strong recommendation, it could pay for she just had a baby, could pay for your, son's college education if you take it in Epic. And, she doesn't know crypto from Adam. And so, but we'll see. And that's kind of a fun use case. But I would encourage everyone watching out there, try to find those opportunities. I try to make it easy with that one video and just tell people to go find it, or you find it and send them a link. Tell them to follow the instructions and ultimately send you the Epic Cash 002 address for Vdix, and tell them you'll pay them in Epic Cash. So you take control, right?
And I have a quick idea for somebody. This is a freebie here. Okay. This is here you go. You can become an Epic millionaire if you get this right. Okay. This goes back to the early Bitcoin days where we're trying to figure out uses for Bitcoin. Okay. Because like you can buy anything for it or whatever. So one of the things we started doing was telling jokes for Bitcoin. You tell a joke, and if it's funny enough, you put your address up there, and then if people think it's funny, they'll send you, I don't know, a tenth of a Bitcoin or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And that actually worked. Like I got some Bitcoin for that, and I also sent some people Bitcoin for that, just if they made me laugh. So you can make a thing here, okay, and you're gonna have to update it, but just do a thing and tell a joke.
Right.
Tell a joke in the description. You don't need to go anywhere else. Joke of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. And your address. And if you're funny, people send you an epic or two or three or more, depending how funny you are. Okay. But this is just an example
Yeah.
where, look, imagination is really the limit, because what we did is we created this framework. Okay. We gave you this framework that you can just do whatever you want with it. Okay.
Yeah.
To earn it. What is it that you're good at? Heck, what is it that you're maybe not even that good? What if you're like awesomely bad at something? Okay, that's also monetizable. I mean, look at Hollywood. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Okay, so again, imagination is really the only limitation here of what you can do with this. And it's humbling to have the community that encourages this.
Well, and there's a lot of things I like about Epic Cash. I'm accused of being an Epic Cash fanboy now, and because I am. But the reason why I like it is because of things like this, where I mean, I've been in crypto for since January of this year, which is like 3 lifetimes normally, in non-crypto years. And I've not seen anything like this ever. It's people have their addresses that they say, you can send me Bitcoin, or they'll do their ETH address or whatever, but nothing like this to where you can actually make the case and update it. So good for you. I'm really glad that you created this, and am inspired by the fact that you did. It's just it shows what this community is all about. It's just talk about thinking out of the box. We do, you do, everybody does. Oh, right. Zay Sexy, woohoo, is in the house. What a name, Zay Sexy.
We get people, we got all kinds of people. And
Randall Murphy, I'm here.
Yep. Hola. Yeah, I see that. We got a lot of good people, and to me, really, Epic is first and foremost the community. It's the culture and the community, and we got people from all spectrums. We got people from all over the world. We're in more than 100 countries. I mean, by that I mean we actually have like nodes and miners in over 100 countries, which is pretty cool. If you think about it, I mean, this is something like you really kind of nerd out on. There's 214 countries in the world, whatever, of various sizes, and we're all over the world. We're on all continents except for Antarctica, working on that. But
hold on here. Let's do this. I'm going to go into the chat, and if you want to zoom in and say hello, come on down. And let me copy the link here. So this would be for people that want to come in and chat. Would appreciate it if people don't come in and just hang out. You know what I mean? You can just keep watching. But for those of you who'd like to come and join us, there's the link. I'll let you in. And you really do have one of the experts on Epic Cash on the phone. And I think Yoga Dude will give me that compliment, because I'm talking about myself, of course.
Oh, clearly.
I'm kidding.
No, please, no. You, as they say, you.
No, Yoga Dude has forgotten more about Epic Cash and everything about it than I'll ever know. So if you have any questions, please come on in. It would be fun to have some people zoom in, and that's what this is for. We're going to try to do more of these type things. Because it really is about the community. And let me see something. So while I'm going to just switch screens, there we go. In case somebody does come in, I'll see it and I can let you in. So, okay, well, this is a pretty big week, Yoga. V3 is coming out. Can you give us a little V3 update? Tell us what V3 is and what we can expect.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, V3 is essentially, it's like an operating system upgrade. It's something that we've been working on rolling out for a while. We actually had it
for our blockchain, right?
Yeah, for our blockchain. Yeah, this is a blockchain level enhancement, and it'll give us some privacy enhancements. It'll enable people to use Tor network, for example. For those who like using Tor, it'll enable better, much more user-friendly wallets. And a broader variety of wallets. In fact, we have some wallets that are pretty much ready to go. They're just waiting for V3. For the miners, it'll be a cleaner interface, so it'll have some better parsing details, things like that. It'll reduce some vulnerability vectors. So again, in short terms, it'll just be, basically it'll be better, leaner. It'll make the blockchain a tiny bit leaner. And the rest of it is pretty technical. I don't really want to bore people, but before we go live, I'll post all the nitty-gritty technical details. And the beta is live on GitHub. People are, since we're transparent about this stuff, people can look at it. In fact, a lot of people have been looking at this code for a while. Our DEX partner, Vitex, they're going to be integrating the changes. Our mining pool partners, all these wonderful people running Epic Cash mining pools, are going to be integrating this. And of course, our robust mining community is going to be integrating this update. So the idea is, again, it's pretty simple. It's just downloading new files, a couple of new files, and replacing the old files with the new files. So from an execution standpoint, people who've gone through this type of thing before, it's not very dramatic. It's not a very difficult upgrade, but it does turn on some powerful functionalities, and especially some other things. I don't want to get, I don't like to talk about things until after they're actually done and and there. Okay, so but there are some other cool things that are coming out, like with EpicFundMe, for example. I had the idea. I pulled a couple of friends together and we whipped it together in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And I didn't really talk about it until it actually went live, and it actually went live. We beta tested it first, and then we announced that. So that's kind of how I prefer to do things. Just get it done first, and then just let people know, like, here you go, bang on it, use it, etc.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Are you open to talking about the blockchain? And in my chat in Uncle Vigilante's lounge, there was a gentleman who visited, Mark Allen, who dropped a link. Here we go, folks. Been waiting for this announcement since learning about Agenda 21 back in 1986. This is my number one concern about Epic Cash, or I can give it away. It's about any cryptocurrency. How will it prevent me, the unvaccinated, from this, which was just announced minutes ago? And it was basically the WHO has just released a guide document for a digital vaccine certificate that will be blockchain based. And Mark continues, and it gets worse. Read the last sentence, underlined, that ties in crypto to smart contracts. I know it's not technically blockchain, but what will Epic Cash do about backdoors in the software to keep it running when they, probably the Druid Babylonian bastards, decide to turn it off? So here's a guy who's claiming that somebody can turn Epic Cash off. Is that possible?
No, I'm sorry. Blockchain, that's the beautiful thing about blockchain. If you, just like with Bitcoin and with Epic Cash and Monero and other these proof of work, once it's out there, once the genie's out of the bottle, you can't cram it into the bottle. Okay. And as far as the rest of it, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but this is rubbish.
Okay, so you're not worried about open source code or about DARPA backdoors. That was a big. He talked a lot about DARPA backdoors in every software package on the internet.
Yeah, I saw the guy, and he even mentioned how he saw a backdoor in a 1x1 pixel GIF, which again, I would recommend folks to. I'm a yoga dude, so I really recommend people to focus more on their breathing and turn off their TV and really worry about stuff that is real and that they can control. Once in a while, look up at the sky. Once in a while, look under their feet so they don't trip on stuff, and stop tilting at windmills that are not there. Okay. So this is kind of my approach from a technological standpoint. If you want to kind of look at it technologically, there's so much wrong stuff, wrong presumptions, wrong information crammed into those sentences that I really don't know where to start, or rather, it's easier just to dismiss it as garbage. Okay. Backdoors exist. Backdoors in this particular context are absolutely irrelevant. Okay. Source is, I mean, our source is open. Okay. What that means is anybody can go and look at the code. There are no surprises. Okay. Anybody who understands programming can look at it. Okay. Just like with Bitcoin, just like with Monero, people can go and audit it to their heart's content. There's nothing beyond that. It's like you're reading a book, okay, and it says, the sky is blue. Okay, well, in that sentence, nothing else is crammed besides all the derivative meanings of what the sky blue is. Okay, reading that will not trigger you into like a Manchurian candidate or something like that. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, blockchain is just blockchain. Now, when they're talking about government using blockchain to keep information, well, that makes a ton of sense because, hey, guess what, folks? Crypto is not the first in blockchain. Blockchain is a ledger. Okay. Blockchain is a perpetual ledger. Remember ledgers? Those of us old enough, who are like, remember those boring, big, green lined, accounting books? That's a ledger. Okay. That's what a blockchain is. It keeps records. That's what computers do. They're pretty damn good at keeping records. Wow. The government is using computers to keep records. I just demystify the whole thing. I'm sorry. This is like just breaking into English. By the way, my background is marketing, like 30 years of it. So one of the things that I do is I translate stuff to people. Okay, so let me translate the mysterious conspiratorial gobbledygook. Okay, government is going to use blockchain to store information. Guess again, they've been doing this already. Okay, what they're doing is they're using a ledger, storing information on a ledger, and it's distributed between many systems so that in case there is a failure in one of the systems, it doesn't kill all the data. That's it. Nothing sinister, nothing. They could be keeping your personal data in there. They could be keeping goat porn in there. They could be keeping whatever they want in there. Okay. Last 50 years of, Major League Baseball statistics in there. Okay. It's completely irrelevant information, and being paralyzed by fear over silly stuff like that with all the real things going on in the world. Again, turn off your TV, man.
Well,
and do some breathing exercises.
Yeah, my response was pretty in depth, because he's talking about DARPA backdoors, and so I added, the DARPA variant. I vote we pick up our ball and go home. My crypto needs a jab. I just had to take it to a little bit of humor because, I've never been a fan of, first of all, I'm a conspiracy guy. I don't call it theorist. I call it conspiracy factualist. There's a lot of alleged conspiracies out there that aren't. Or I guess, conspiracy is when two or more people get gathered together to be able to, create something nefarious.
Right. So you're a business guy, you're grown up, and you've been in business for a while, judging by your like for cigars and the slightly graying hair that you have. Okay.
That's right.
Let me pose this to you. Okay. In all of your business career, have you ever seen a group of more than one person successfully keep a secret for any meaningful period of time, especially for something really juicy?
It's pretty exposed.
Yeah. So when there's a whole bunch of people who are in on something, the likelihood of it being a real conspiracy is, to me at least, is pretty small. Now disinformation.
Not impossible.
No. But I think the angle is disinformation rather than conspiracy, and we're kind of drifting away from my favorite crypto and everything else. But I just think, look, focus on, not to quote Gandhi or other people, okay, but if you really want to change the world, be the change you want to see in the world. Okay, if you want to make the world better, make yourself better. Okay.
Well, here's what I fundamentally believe. I'll tell you what, man. Last year, 2020, like just drove me insane, like everybody else, just with everything going on. And then when it got into the summer and you had all these riots and all of the dissension and everything, I just finally decided that I am just going to totally shut off the TV. Somebody was talking to me about the New Orleans Saints weren't going to be able to play football this weekend or next weekend because of a hurricane. And I'm like, what hurricane? Somebody told me that there was an issue in Afghanistan that, oh, isn't that nuts? And I'm like, know nothing about it. And you know what? I am just happy as a clam. I don't care to know about anything that just doesn't impact me directly or that I can't impact. Right?
There's a really like a quick diminishing returns point about worrying stuff that doesn't affect you. Okay.
Right.
And that's kind of it. Like, for me, COVID, the whole thing, I really don't care. Okay. And I traveled without a mask. I traveled without a vaccine. I'm still unvaxxed. I'm not planning on it. I traveled to different states. I traveled to different countries last year, this year, I just don't care. I'm sorry. I don't want to get caught up in it.
Yeah.
And
nothing good comes from it.
And I don't impose my narrative on other people. I mean, people can go as crazy as they want and they can run around and, the sky's falling or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just don't care. The world is wonderful, and you do your thing. Like, everybody just do your thing, man.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But yeah, it felt a little Chicken Little is in the house in the Uncle Vigilante Lounge. And how would you go find that conversation out there, people? You would go to t.me/Uncle Vigilante Lounge, just like down where it says Uncle V. See, I have it right there. So come on over there. Go to t.me/EpicFundMe. We haven't had anybody call in. So let me ask you, do you have anything else on your mind? If you don't, I'm game for wrapping this up, at an hour. Make it a bite size for people.
That's it. It's a wrap then.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us in the chat. And